Hi, hello. So this is going to be my introduction to I read three, that's four. I read three of Gavin's favourite books of 2020. So I have took one book from his top 50 middle grade of 2020, and I have taken two books off of his favourites of 2020.
I'm so scared of falling down. I just won't climb in the first place.
This is an update for Gavin's video. So I received this like 2 days ago, and today I am going to sit and read it. I am going to take you along with my day, how I get on with this book. I know that I have the other books should arrive tomorrow, I believe, so I will be back to tell you what they are. But today I am going to sit. This is a really short book. It's under 200 pages. It sounds really good. I think I can fly through this and get this done in a day, so that when the other books arrive tomorrow, I can pick one of them up and start reading them and get this video on the road. But this might come across as an excuse, but it's not an excuse. I am going to make a strawberry daiquiri before I settle down to read this, because it is the drink of choice for dear Gavin, and what's a video without a strawberry daiquiri? I want one. Do you? Do you want a strawberry daiquiri? I bet you do. I bet you want a strawberry daiquiri. So yes, I am gonna go read this. I am going to make myself a strawberry daiquiri, and I will check in later once I have some thoughts on this book. And I am so excited for the other books to arrive. I know that I've had my eye on one of them for a while, so I'm really hoping that I love that one. The other one is one that's been on my radar, but I don't think that I would have picked it up if it weren't for this video, which is why I wanted to do a series like this where I read outside my comfort zone or outside the kind of genres or books that I would pick up on my own, so that I can broaden the way that I read. So I'm really excited for the other two books to show up. But today is a kind of spark. This is the plan today, and I will check in once I have some thoughts.
I've got bad habits I'm trying to fix. You haven't even seen the half of it. And I don't think you'd want to. I distance myself so it doesn't hurt, but I'm still in pain either way.
Because I just got a package, so my other books have arrived, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, let's see. Oh, these are always a pain. Oh no! So if I'm really careful, then hopefully you won't fall over again. So the next book that I got for this video is All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. So I wouldn't have picked this book up by myself, simply because I don't really pick up memoirs. They're not something that really grabs my attention, but when I seen this on Gav's best books of 2020, I thought maybe it's time that I give it a try. The line that got me was "Be bold and brave and queer." So I believe this is about a young man who is black and queer, and how his life, telling you about his life and what it's like. And I am excited for this because it's something that I wouldn't have picked up just on my own. So this is the second book that I am going to read. And this book I've been so excited for ages. I haven't picked it up because I've been like a little hesitant because of all the hype, but I thought this video would be the perfect time to finally pick up Get Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. So I have seen this everywhere. It's on a lot of people's lists, and I thought it's about time that I read it. Oh, it's floppy. I love a floppy paperback. So yes, these are the 3 books that I am going to read for Gav's favourites. We have A Kind of Spark that I am almost finished, that I plan to finish today. We have Get Life Chloe Brown that I also want to start today, tonight. I don't know. We got told that we go back to work in like a couple of days, so I'm trying to jam pack all the reading that I can in these next couple of days, because I wasn't really planning on going back until everything was open, but we have to go back earlier, of course. So I would like to start Get Life Chloe Brown tonight and hopefully fly through this because it is romance and I always fly through romance. And then we have All Boys Aren't Blue, which I will pick up once I have finished the other 2, but I am also very excited for this. So I have enough reading to keep me going. I have all these books to finish. I will come back once I have I'll probably come back once I've read something. I feel like a lot of this video so far has literally just been me telling you I'm gonna read and then not fucking reading. Story of my life. But I have actually read something. I have almost finished this book, which I will finish tonight. And then I hope to start this one. And then we will continue with this one. And I will hopefully finish it before I go back to work. Would you like to see the other books that I got? Probably not. But I'm going to show you anyway. Because I got House of Hollow. And look how pretty this cover is. And I love this cover. So when I seen that it was £5, I was like, buying it. Also in the same aspect, I have the Sanctorium by Sarah Pearse. I wonder what it looks like underneath the dust jacket. See if it was like this. I wish it was like this bright yellow color under the dust jacket. It's not, it's navy. I wish it was bright yellow under the dust jacket. But to be honest, all I know about this is a detective goes to her brother's wedding and the fiance goes missing. So that's all I knew. I got this hardcover for £5, so I am not going to complain. This was on my wish list because I had seen someone speak about it, and I wanted it, and it was £5, so I bought it. So I will check in once I have actually finished a book for this video. Hi, so I just finished A Kind of Spark by Ellie Nicoli. This book was amazing. I'm not going to put it through Copilot because I'm giving it 5 stars. This was much more than I bargained for. It almost made me cry. Like, my eyes were tearing up. I cry quite easily, but I don't cry easily at books, especially one that is under 200 pages. But this was just phenomenal. I loved this. So we follow Addie, who is autistic, and when she finds out that women are being wrongly accused of, well, when she finds out that women were being wrongly accused of witchcraft and dying because of it, she feels a connection to these women because they got killed for being different, and she's different, and she doesn't see why the world looks at other people that are different in a bad way. So she wants to have a memorial for these women. And it just goes so much deeper than that. So we get Addie, Katie, and Nina. Katie and Nina are twins, but Addie and Katie are autistic. Nina isn't. The dynamic between the 3 is so interesting because they are so strong together. They are just, it's so good. The sisters just really come together because you get to see how it is against, like, even though 2 of them have something in common and one of them doesn't, they're still all there for each other, and Nina still tries to understand the way that Katie and Addie see things. She makes that effort to really understand her sisters, and they make the effort to understand her as well. And I just love that dynamic, that they're all there for each other. And then there's this teacher, Miss Murphy, who is a fucking bully, and I just hated her. We don't stan her. We don't like her. She's a bitch. Are you allowed to swear in these videos? I don't know. I swear a lot, so there was a teacher in it, Miss Murphy, and I just think that she didn't understand how to teach them, Katie and Addie. I felt like she was given the standard cookie dough mix to her classroom, and when Addie and Katie didn't do what she wanted, she blamed them when really it was her fault, and it should have been her, Miss Murphy, that was putting in steps to help these children, because she was an ableist and really bloody mean. There was also quite a few bullying things in this book, um, because of Addie. There is quite a lot of ableist language as well, which comes along when you read a book like this. And yes, I almost cried because there is a certain part in here that Addie gets kind of like attacked, and it was so upsetting. Like, you never wish for a young kid to get bullied, but especially when this young kid is really doing nothing to deserve anything of that caliber, and these kids are just being so mean to her because she's different, which is why she gets these witches a memorial that they deserve, because they were different, and she believes that they deserve more than what they got. I love this book. I really wish that we could follow Addie as she grew up, and that this was a series, because I would read it. I don't think it is a series, but I really do recommend this. Even as an adult reading this, I loved it. I am going to pass this on to my nieces because I believe that they will love it too, and I love giving them diverse books. And I really hope that maybe this can get introduced into libraries in school, maybe, because I think this book goes a long way in showing that differences don't always mean bad. Differences can be something great and can make something great. And yeah, I highly recommend this book. And if you have not read it, read it. Take this as your sign to read this book. And I 100% agree of this being on Gav's 50 top middle grades of 2020, because it was a bloody joy, and I am so glad that I read this. Hi, so I'm gonna check in. I am 200 pages into Get Life Chloe Brown, so I have some thoughts. I am really enjoying the romance between Red and Chloe. I think they're super cute. I love how they met. I love the banter and the emails back and forth and just getting to know each other. I like kind of like the slow burn. I like that. I also like the chronic pain rep. I am not someone who suffers from chronic pain, so I have left a link down in the description to Molly, a wonderful Bookstagram account who has an Own Voices review of the chronic pain and fibromyalgia that appears in this book, and I highly suggest going to look at her review because she'll have more opinions for you on that rep. But for me, I think it's good representation. So I do like to see that in books, especially romance books, because it's not all good all the time. So I do like seeing that representation. I also like the way that the characters are. So the three sisters, Danny, Eve, and Chloe, are all great. I love that. I love Redford. I love this, the way it's going. But my only downside is that the plot seems to be going pretty slow. So I can get through romances really, really quickly, but the plot for this just doesn't seem to be holding my attention as much as I wanted it to. I don't know if it's because it's not a fast-paced plot. Normally I read romances that have quite a fast-paced, dramatic kind of plot. Whereas this is slow on the plot, slow on the romance, and I'm just wanting something a little bit more. So there still is like 100, just over 150 pages left, so there's definitely time for the plot to pick up in this book. Apart from that, I'm really enjoying it, but my intrigue is lacking because the plot seems to be going really slow. But I will check back in once I've finished this. I start work, so it's 7 p.m. I start work in like 3 hours, so I probably won't be finishing this tonight. But I do plan on finishing it, and hopefully once I do, I will come back and tell you all my thoughts. So far, so good. Not overwhelmed, not absolutely amazed, not blown out of the water. Doing okay. So I'm back, and I'm ill as fuck, but it's okay. So I finished Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert, and I have some thoughts. So in this book, we follow Chloe, who suffers from fibromyalgia and chronic pain, and she decides that she wants to have a more exciting life. So she makes herself a list. I get a life list. This is where she meets Red. Redford is everything that scares Chloe, and he is what introduces her into a life that is different from the one that she lives. So what I think about this book, I loved the romance. I was totally here for Red and Chloe. Yep. I liked that this had fibromyalgia and chronic pain rep, because not a lot of romances do, and it was nice to see one that actually did have a character portrayed and representing these illnesses that a lot of people suffer from. And I enjoyed the funny, cute things, like there's an email chain that goes back and forth between Red and Chloe, which I really enjoyed. I do wish that it lasted longer. Now, my problem with this book is that it didn't have much plot for me. I enjoyed everything about this book, apart from the fact that the plot was quite boring. Like, I think after Chloe saving a cat and going out on a night out, it just lacked plot for me. I wish it just had that little bit more of a dramatic plot, so it could have kept me entertained, because my intrigue really waned when the plot wasn't advancing, and the romance wasn't advancing as well. So I feel like I like a slow burn romance, but a slow burn romance and a slow burn plot just made this book a little less interesting to me. So I have gave this book a 4 stars, because I did enjoy more. What I enjoyed outweighed the bad. So I did really have a good time with this book. It wasn't an all-time favourite. It wasn't a blow my mind 5-star read, and that's okay, because I understand what this was doing. I liked what it was doing. I still gave it a 4-star, which is a really good rating. It just didn't do it for me, but I am glad that it's out there, and I'm glad that it's doing it for others. I get why it's on Gavin's list. Unfortunately, it won't be on my list, but I do want to continue the companion novels with these sisters, because I would be interested to see the romance again in these books, because I enjoyed this romance, and maybe the other books will have more plot, which I enjoy, along with my romances. So again, not overly amazed, but still quite a good book, 4-star read, and I'm happy that I read this, and I do plan on picking up the sequels. So now that I have finished Get Life, Chloe Brown, I am going to start All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, and I don't know what's gonna happen, because I'm ill and my mum's ill, and because we have coughs, it is a symptom. So I don't think I'm going to be allowed to go into work, which is a huge pity, because your girl needs the money, who doesn't? So I don't know, I might read this faster if I'm not working. If I am working, then it is going to take me a bit longer, But I will check in once I have read some of this and hopefully update you on how I'm feeling. Um, I don't know if any of you are interested, but this is like a vlog style video, so I may as well just tell you how I feel. And right now I feel like fucking shit, but I am gonna read this, and I did enjoy this. So that is the moral of the story, and I will check back in once I have read some more. Hi, hello, I am back. It has been a minute, I tell you. So I was reading, just starting All Boys Aren't Blue the last time I updated this video, and I am happy to report I have finished this now, which means I can close out this video and finally get it up. I am really excited for that, but I took longer because I returned to work this month and had to put off reading for a little while, but I finally finished this book this weekend, and I am happy to report that it was a 5-star read. This book was very hard hitting. It was a lot. I feel very strange rating an autobiography because I feel like it's hard to rate someone else's life experiences, especially when I don't have the same experiences. So this is me saying that I took away something from this book. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it's got something for everyone. It is, in my opinion, a book that I would recommend to pretty much anyone. I think everyone can really appreciate what was put into this book, and I really, really, really will keep an eye out for this author again and any work that they do, because I would be more than happy to pick it up. I will tell you that you should look up content warnings, and obviously there is some upsetting language in the narrative of this story, and it follows quite upsetting themes, obviously, but it is totally worth your time, and I really do believe that you would enjoy it, so I highly recommend it. So, to wrap this whole video up, I read A Kind of Spark by Ellie Nicoli, and I gave that a 5 stars. I really enjoyed it, loved it. And then I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I gave that 4 stars. I wasn't overly excited about that book. It was a good book. I just thought I would love it more. I did think it was going to become a new favourite, but unfortunately, I was just left a little bit underwhelmed. And even though I will be continuing with the sequels, I was expecting to be blown out the water and I just wasn't. So, still a good book, still great, still going to pick up the series, just not what I expected. And then the final book I picked up was All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, and this was 5 stars. It was amazing. I highly recommend this. So, overall, out of the 3 books that I read from Gavin's favourites of 2020 videos, the middle grade and the normal favourites video, I gave 2 a 5 star and 1 a 4 star. So I had a really good time. I enjoyed the books I read. It was fun. I definitely wouldn't have picked up A Kind of Spark if it wasn't for this video. And I probably wouldn't have picked up All Boys Are Blue because I don't normally read memoirs, but I am so glad that I did because I loved this book and it made me read outside my comfort zone, which is what I'm hoping these videos and these challenges will do. I managed to find a new all time favourite book by doing this, which made me happy. This book obviously is five, just fabulous. So I highly recommend. I also just want to say a quick thank you to Gavin who inspired this video. I have been watching Gavin for a while now and I just love his energy and his personality and his reading taste that he brings. It's totally different and unique. His thoughts and opinions are great to listen to. And that's not even to mention him playing TBR right, like amazing. And his Monday sprints really helped me while we were stuck inside over the last couple of months. It kept me sane. The positive and the positive vibe you get from Gavin is just overwhelming, and I really truly love his channel, and I just want to say a huge thank you for making the content that you do and for encouraging us all to be positive and truly ourselves. So that is just a quick little thank you there. And if you enjoyed this video, please comment down below. Comment down below if there's anybody that you would like me to do this for. I have a few ideas on whose favorites I want to try next, but if there's anybody that you would like to see specifically, comment it down below. Give this video a like. I am so proud of this video and how it turned out. So yeah, I hope you have an amazing week, an amazing weekend, an amazing day. Please stay safe, happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Pack up my summer in a Ziploc bag. Old maps and tchotchkes, photographs at this and that. I'll write myself a letter so that I'll remember